Tunisian nationals have welcomed the government's decision to introduce reform of the country's subsidy system amid the growing economic challenges. Now, authorities say the newly initiated measure seeks to support the poor and low-income earners as prices of food commodities continue to increase. Now, however, the country's labor union did not endorse the government's decision, saying it will disturb purchasing ability of many citizens. Here's more details of that in this report.
Tunisian government says it's planning to reform the subsidy system as pressure builds for it to urgently agree a new loan program with the International Monetary Fund. The country's finance minister said that many citizens who benefit from the subsidy system do not need it. This is as this state subsidizes food, energy and many other services, while the budget deficit does not allow for additional expenses and subsidies.
These reforms are necessary. This is a purely Tunisian project to adjust the state's financial balances. It's not imposed by the IMF. The current economic and financial situation is difficult, while the resources are limited. That's why we need to redirect state subsidy to those who need it.
Tunisian Social Affairs Minister explained that the subsidy reform program will be accompanied by new measures and a social assistance program for poor and low-income families.
The reforms decided by the government will not burden vulnerable groups or the middle class. A database has been created for about 1 million families, in addition to the establishment of a social identifier and the adoption of a new system in the allocation of subsidies and social assistance.
The state-run statistics agency said the country's annual inflation rate rose to 7.8% in May, from 7.5% in April. Tunisian consumers believe that inflation climbed higher than expected in June amid a surge in the cost of living. Many in the North African state are calling for more state support instead of the gradual lifting of subsidies.
All products are expensive. We need more subsidies. It's the only reform I would welcome.
Direct state subsidy is a good initiative, but many families will be deprived. The government says it knows all poor families, but there are more than 1 million needy families. Even the middle class needs help with the rising inflation. Prices of staple food have doubled.
The Tunisian General Labour Union has warned that it will not sign any agreement with the current government on the economic and social reform program as requested by the International Monetary Fund. Tunisia's powerful UGTT has rejected the authorities' plan to lift subsidies on food and basic products. The Labour Union says reforming the subsidy system without an alternative solution will destroy the purchasing power of millions of Tunisians.